Salut, c'est Géraldine. Welcome to Comme une Française TV, Live in France, Feel at Home. When I was in England, I realized one day that if I broke my leg tripping on the carpet in my flat, I had no idea whom to call and what to say. So I asked my colleague what the British emergency number was and gained a basic knowledge of the system. This topic came up on Facebook, proposed by Leslie, how to make an emergency call in France. To answer this today on Comme une Française TV, I've invited my dear friend Olivier, who is, guess what, a real-life French doctor. Dr. Olivier will tell you how to call, what to say in French, and what if you don't speak French, and what will happen next. Bonjour, I'm glad to present you my friend Olivier, who's also a doctor. So bonjour, Dr. Olivier.
Bonjour.
I'm glad to have you today on the episode to talk about how to make an emergency call, and I didn't want to pick up information online for you. I wanted to have someone who really knows what he's doing. So Olivier is a doctor here in Grenoble and in the Rhône area, and he's going to answer all your questions today. Ready?
I'll try to. In France, when you have to call for an emergency, the first number is the 112. So
112, yeah.
112.
112.
This number works on cell phones or on home phones. You can also call the 15, so 15, which is the number of the medical center called SAMU in France.
Do you hear about les pompiers, the firemen and la police? This is different?
You can call firemen, so les pompiers as well. The number is the 18, 18, but 112 is the fireman number.
Okay, so they call everyone.
Yes.
And just in case you need something that you've been robbed or someone robbed a house, for example, it's la police, the policeman, la police, and it's 17, but that's different.
First of all, don't panic, okay? Because emergency is emergency, but when you call, you did the main thing. The first thing to say is to present you and to give you the address or the location where you are. Then you have to describe what happened. So how many people were injured or are ill. Did they faint? Did they fall? Did they break something? So you will be guided by the person you will have on the phone. Describe the situation as precisely as possible. Is the person
conscious?
Yeah.
We say conscient.
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 Conscious, yes. Does he breathe? Est-ce qu'il respire?
Est-ce qu'il respire? The verb is respirer, to breathe.
Est-ce qu'il vous parle?
Can he speak?
Can he speak to you? And then you will have to describe what you already did. So, if it's a heart attack, did you already begin to resuscitate him?
Is it CPR in English, I think?
Yeah.
CPR?
CPR.
It's massage cardiac?
Effectively.
Massage cardiac is CPR.
If it's a leg injury, did you already give painkillers or did you already block the leg, or what did you already do?
A question we often have, because it's different in the US and in the UK I think as well. What if I don't have a social security in France? Do I need a carte vitale, which is a social security card? Carte vitale, it's a green card. What if I don't have an insurance? What if I don't have a French credit card? Or even if I don't have much money? Can I call anyway?
The main message to me is that you don't have to hesitate to call. Getting rescue from the SAMU or from the pompier is free in France, so you don't have to give money
before they help you.
Yeah. And when they will bring you to the emergency unit, you won't have to give money as well. But there is a different case. If you have a European medical insurance, you will be refunded after, and if you don't, you will effectively have to pay, but not at the moment. So no credit card needed, no cash needed. It will be sent you at home, and you will have to pay after.
You will be safe anyway.
Yeah. So
And also the price is different than in the US. For example, you were saying when we were preparing the interview that if they're going to do an intervention or something small, it's not going to be, you don't have to sell your house to pay it.
it's always under 500 euros. Even if you need x-rays or stitch points or whatever, it's very cheap compared to other countries, effectively.
So don't hesitate to call if there's something.
If you don't speak French, you see that doctors can try to speak English as well.
Okay.
So don't worry. In the 112 call center, you will find someone who speaks English.
Oh yes, yeah. So if you don't speak French, you can speak English because they will find someone who speaks English for you.
Yes.
It's always good to have like the big words for emergency in French. If you have to talk to someone, to your neighbor, what are the big words, the emergency words in French, for example?
You can be able to call because someone faint or someone felt bad, so dizzy or something. All these situations.
Call them des
malaise.
malaises.
Yes,
You
malaise.
say un malaise. That's all the fainting things. Un malaise.
So someone fell on the ground, someone fainted or fell very bad, so the head was spinning, or yeah, all the situations called malaise. Then you can call for a stroke. In French is it's called AVC, so 3 letters for accident vasculaire cérébral. You don't have to.
You don't have to remember that, but it's AVC, that's a stroke. And that's very urgent, obviously.
Yeah, so that's all the situations where someone is not able to move half of his body, or so the face is getting like that. He feels less force in one side of his body. That's signs that has to
be treated.
To warn you, yeah. Next one can be a heart attack, crise cardiaque.
Une crise cardiaque.
So crise cardiaque is more heart stop. And if it's only chest pain, it's douleur thoracique. Douleur is pain and thorax is chest. What else? So that was the medical part, and then you can call, and maybe it's more frequent for traumas. So you fell, you have pain in the knee, or
you cut yourself.
You cut yourself. Pain. Pain is douleur.
La douleur.
Then a wound is plaie. So if your friend or the person who you call is bleeding, you have to say he's got a plaie, une plaie.
Yeah.
And if you think that he broke something, the word in French is fracture, for breaking.
And we say une fracture.
So the first thing will be that then you will
hang up the phone.
Hang up the phone, and the person will tell you what to do. You have to protect the person, to take him away off the road if it's on the road, or they will guide you. Then you have to wait for the rescue unit, les pompiers, if it's not a heart attack or if it's something not very wrong, they will send les pompiers. Then if the guy is not feeling very well, they will send you a doctor with le SAMU. So you wait them.
That's different from the United States, isn't it?
Yes, effectively. In the US, the system is organized with paramedics, which are nurses with
advanced skills.
Yeah, advanced skills in emergency. And they are
sent everywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they will take you in une ambulance,
Yes.
isn't it? Une ambulance, so that the big car they will take you in, and then you will be sent to les urgences. That's it. Les urgences, the emergency. And what happens just when you are at the hospital?
Once again, you will be guided, so don't worry, and you won't have to give money directly, okay? No money before getting the...
Repaired?
Getting repaired. You pay only if you are satisfied. No. So a nurse will welcome you and will ask you a few questions about
administrative things,
and then about your health, and then you will see a doctor who will ask you more questions, and 3 or 4 important things to tell are if you had medical problems in the past. The medical term is antécédent.
Un antécédent has something before.
But what we usually say is problème de santé. So
problème de santé.
The doctor will tell you, avez-vous des problèmes de santé? So you will have to tell if you had surgery in the past, or if you are an asthmatic or diabetic person. What is your medical past? Then you will have to tell if you have allergies. So it's the same word in French. Allergie.
Une allergie.
That's very important, because if you have an allergy to a medicine, we won't have to give you this medicine. And then, if you are taking medicine at the moment, the word will be le traitement. Quel est votre traitement?
A medicine, we say un médicament. Un médicament.
And the medication is le traitement. It's also very important, because if you take any medicine,
it won't go very well.
It's very important if you will have to get X-rays. Some X-rays cannot be done if you are pregnant.
And they will ask you, êtes-vous enceinte? Enceinte is to be pregnant. Êtes-vous enceinte? An X-ray is radio.
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 Radiographie, but
it's shortened in radio.
Radio. There's 2 types of emergency. The real emergency, so stroke, heart attack, and the felt emergency. You're ill since a few days and you are very stressed about it, but it's not a real emergency. For all these cases, you can call the 112 if you want to get medical advice. Do not hesitate to call 112. But for all these cases which are not
an emergency,
yes, you can call a GP, a general practitioner. In French, it's called médecin généraliste.
We also say un généraliste.
You can find them on
the yellow pages.
Yes,
les pages jaunes. We'll put the link here. Les pages jaunes, and then you type généraliste.
Médecin généraliste, and the name of your city, for example.
And when can we get an appointment? In 3 weeks?
If you want, in 3 weeks. But you can get it very sooner. So most of the médecins généralistes can give you an appointment in the day. If it's not possible, the day after, or in 2 days, but it's 2 days at the maximum delay. And the price is very cheaper than in the emergency unit. It's only 23 euros.
Maximum.
The legal price for an appointment in a GP.
Okay. So thank you, Olivier. It was great.
You're welcome.
And I hope it helped you to deal with the potential emergency call. I hope you don't have to make one, but in case you have to, I hope this video helped, and I hope Olivier helped as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Et toi? Your French will improve only if you put into practice what you've learned on Comme une Française TV. Share your experience by leaving a comment below this video. Please today on this special topic share your experiences with the community because it can benefit others. Did you know all this? What's your biggest fear when thinking about an emergency in France? Have you ever had to deal with such an emergency in France? The comment section is the best place to start discussions and ask questions. If you liked this video, share it with your friends on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Pinterest. That helps me spread the word about Comme une Française, so merci. Would you like to receive exclusive content from Comme une Française? Subscribe to Comme une Française to receive my exclusive tips on real life in France every Tuesday, plus an exclusive video lesson. Introduce yourself in French, it's free! Merci for watching Comme une Française TV, live in France, feel at home. Allez, salut!